What's up? I'm Nick.
Alex.
Welcome to Nick and Alex. 今日は日本、アメリカ、ロシアの仕事のやり方、まあ仕事の雰囲気とか、そのシステム、制度について話します。じゃあ一番わかりやすいのはまず日本 because it's Japanese people watching.
For our audience.
So you work in a Japanese company, right?
I do, yes.
And I work in a Japanese company, but I've always had a strange position in the company because I'm contracted. I'm not like an employee.
Right.
But obviously, it's traditionally Japan has, you know, the age thing.
Yes.
So the longer you're there, the more money you make. And then there's joge kanke, and you go to work in the morning, work at night till your senpai finishes, then you go home, and then you know go drinking with them or something like that, right?
Great.
I'm sure your company is probably a little bit more diversified.
So, yeah, my company is not like 100%. Well, it's owned by, like, our Shacho is Japanese. Most people are Japanese, but we have a fair amount of foreigners. I'd say at least 20%.
Okay.
So it's not like, you know, the very standard Japanese company. We also don't wear suits or anything.
Yeah, so
like
it's
that.
very not standard Japanese.
Yeah. I mean, we still have, for me as a foreigner, there are still things that I have to get used to because, I mean, for example, probably like joge kanke is still kind of more of a thing than it would normally be for me in a different country.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess like our schedule is a bit more relaxed, but then I feel like still the demands or like the things that you're expected to do are like the expectations are higher than normally they would be. Like, you know, sometimes you can get a text on a weekend. Well, not even sometimes, quite often. And be like,
In Japan, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're kind of expected to do it and no one really cares if you know you're...
Yeah. There's a lot more personal sacrifice in Japanese companies.
Yes.
Sacrifice for the bigger entity, which is the company, right?
Right.
And it's just atarimae in Japan. So, like, I've gotten quite a bit of fights with my wife because I always think about myself. I mean, I do think about my company too, but first and foremost, I care about myself. And for instance, my foreign friends here who work for good companies are always looking to join other companies who will offer them a better...
Right, yeah. I think Westerners are just used to...
Yeah. It's more
me
yourself.
first and then...
Yeah. And I mean, there's good things about both. You know, I think one thing good about the joge kanke in Japan is that like they teach you how to do everything.
Yes. I think they're probably more understanding about mistakes you make because especially at first you're like, well, you know, we kind of took you in, you're not experienced, but we'll take you there.
Yeah.
And you'll grow together with us.
I also think it's going to change. I mean, it's already changing a lot. They just you can't have the old way of doing it anymore. Things are too competitive, you know. But, you know, we're, ちょっと麻痺してると思うけど、麻痺 is like your, what's the word? It's like you're so used to it that you don't notice it anymore. It's like actually really a shot that makes it so you don't feel anything.
Okay,
Is the word
like anesthesia.
Yeah, but it's like we see salarymen in suits all the time.
Yes.
Like when I first came to Japan, that was insane to me. Like, I mean, that's really Japanese, don't you think?
It is.
Or maybe Asian. I can imagine Korea and maybe China.
I've never been to either Korea or China.
I've been to Korea. Sorry, people. これ止めない。このままにやる. Yeah. America's a lot more cutthroat. Like, in competition, you'll quit anytime. If you're really good, other companies are trying to get you. And in some ways, that's good if you want to make a lot of money, but it is probably stressful, I can imagine, right? Like,
Well, I think one good thing about it as well, like Japanese way of working, is that you're pretty much secure that you're going to have that job. Well, maybe, you know, with Corona, it's a bit more unstable.
Up till now, you were going to be secure. Yeah.
But the idea is that, you know, because it's sort of a second family, you're in and you make mistakes, but you're not going to be fired, and you're kind of supposed to be there till pretty much forever.
Yeah. What about Russia? That's what I want to know.
Oh, I think it's more like the States, probably. I 100% guarantee that everyone thinks about themselves. Like, we don't have a culture of, you know, being a group apart from the political groups, but that's different. Also, people change jobs all the time. Also, you
Yeah.
know, whoever can give you a higher salary, better, you know,
Yeah.
conditions.
Why not though? I mean, in this point in time, I say for young Japanese guys or women, screw it. Just think about yourself. Whatever's going to advance you further.
Well, I think it's probably maybe hard. I mean, I don't know maybe enough about the Japanese way to do it, but from what I've heard, it's kind of hard to change your jobs because you're not reliable if you decided to drop out of your company.
Yeah. They have
10
that.
years
Yes.
So there's also that kind of like, why did you decide to go to our company? And like, are you gonna leave us too? Sort of.
I would just be truthful. If you guys don't offer me as much as I offer you, then yes.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of like gaijin no yarikata.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm with you on this, but...
Yeah. I mean, that's the best way to do it. I mean, like, you know, then you're just stuck loyal to something that you might not worth being loyal towards, you know.
Yeah, but I guess it's just, you know, kind of like the kangaekata, and that's just how Japanese people are sort of brought up. So
that's true.
But yeah, I'm sure that the younger generations and maybe, you know, the next generation that is to come to the market, they all have a different approach.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to be like this until they stop doing the shushoku katsudo, like,
oh,
you know,
gosh.
yeah, it's so silly.
It's so weird. Like, it was such a weird process to me that you have to do it literally a year in advance or more.
Yeah.
Something like
It's
that.
もうめっちゃせっかちじゃん. Like impatient. Also, a lot of the times you go to these companies, they train you for like an entire year basically. So there was no point of you going to university in the first place because you're basically learning what to do for the company there, you know?
And I think whatever you did in the university doesn't really matter because they don't really care.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, that was our video on working in the different countries. Okay, everybody. Bye.